How's everybody doing?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Todd White with SpinARound Sound, and man, welcome to our channel, and welcome to the first episode on our YouTube channel. Man, we are so excited that you guys are watching, and I am super pumped because I've got my man Dave Carroll here in the room with us today, and man, we are just going to give you a little bit of insight on who we are, you know, who is SpinARound Sound, what we do, and things like that. So, Dave, welcome to the to our first episode, man.
I know, man. I feel honored to be here.
I'm glad you're here, honestly.
I'm glad to be here too, man.
Good.
Well, you know, we all know who you are, of course. You know,
right.
the Spin Nation locals.
Yep.
But for those that are checking out the YouTube channel for the first time, seeing videos and content from us for the first time, why don't you tell everybody, you know, how this whole thing got started, how you started, you know, getting into DJing, and how long you've been doing it and that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So, SpinARound Sound started really in 2000. That's when the actual company started, was 2000, year 2000. So, you know, I started this when I was in high school. Me and a good friend of mine, Jeff Daly. Shout out to Jeff. Yeah, shout out to Jeff. So, Jeff Daly and I, we started this thing right out of high school for a friend. A friend wanted us to, you know, do her wedding. So we was like, all right, cool, you know, we'll do her wedding. So, you know, one thing, and then once we did that one, it was like, hey, well, I'm getting married. You know, I know you did her wedding. Can you do my wedding? So we was like, sure, we'll do that wedding. So we did that one. One thing led to another. You know, it was just Jeff and I. Now there's, you know, 7 of us, you know, and we're doing, you know, multiple events a night, going to different cities, you know, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Lexington, Prestonburg, Kentucky.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll pretty much, you know, we're going everywhere right now, and you know, it's great.
Man, that's awesome, and I'm grateful to be along for the ride too. And it's crazy to think that, you know, you can go from, oh, we just did this for a friend, you know, and oh, now we're doing it for another friend, and you just kind of go and you build, and then you have a day like today where we're recording this before 2 weddings.
That's right.
At the same time.
That's right. Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. So, kind of the next thing I would be curious for you to talk about, because we don't just do weddings, right?
Sure.
What do you feel like SpinARound Sound does overall? That, you know, if you could lay out, you know, here's what we do, here's the services we offer, and this is kind of what sets us apart from other people that do what we do.
Right. Well, you know, I think the one big thing that probably sets us apart of, you know, what we do is, you know, we send 2 guys or 2 girls to every show. So, you know, just so the listeners know, we do have females that work on our team. Yeah. So, you know, so you may get, you know, a guy and a girl or vice versa, but either way, you get 2 people at every show. So you get a DJ, you get an MC. You know, the DJ concentrates on the music. The MC just handles the event. You know, they handle, you know, if it's a wedding, they handle, you know, what steps are going to be taken next, things like that. So, you know, our personalities, all of the guys and girls that work for us, you know, it's just there are specific people that I have brought into SpinARound Sound to actually work for us that I can trust to go out there and, you know, just give the same thing that I may give or that Jeff may have gave or things like that. Yeah. So, you know, I don't know that there's anything that's that I can really think of that would just say it, you know, this is what sets us apart. I just know that the love for the business and the love for entertaining people and the love of making sure events are perfect is huge with us, where I think some DJ companies or, you know, or services out there, they're just, you know, they do their thing and
show up and press play.
Yeah,
and I would definitely agree with that. So, you know, besides weddings, what other events do we, you know, kind of target or do we get asked to do?
Yeah. So we'll do charity events. We'll do, I mean, let me back up. Let me start over. So we do weddings. We do corporate events. We do charity events. We do birthday parties, graduation parties, anniversary parties, grandma, grandpa, 90th birthday parties. I mean, we'll do backyard barbecues. So any event that you need that's, you know, you need music at, we've got you covered.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even any event, sorry to cut you off there, but even any event that just needs an MC, we can handle just being the MC for the night.
Yeah,
so,
and we also offer officiating services, photo booths, different sort of things like that too.
Yeah, we've got great contacts. I've got a lot of good people that do photos. We've got a lot of good people that do videography. We've got, we do officiating. Dave and I are both ordained. And then we've also got photo booths, like you said. So
yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff.
Absolutely.
And, one thing that I'll add to my second question about what sets us apart, and kind of the feedback that I've gotten from brides and grooms and from other people at weddings, is like we really are personal with the bride and groom.
Mm-hmm.
And I think from my experience, and I learned this from you, so this is not I didn't just pick this up out of nowhere, but I think we really try to serve the bride and groom.
Yeah.
We aim to say, like, hey, we're obviously here to make your day happen, but like we want to make sure that you're happy, and
right?
That you're, if you need something, ask me.
Sure.
And I always try to be on the lookout too for things that I can help with. With when I'm out there and I'm like, man, we're kind of crunched for time. Let's move this around, and I'll bring it to a bride or groom and say, hey, look, like, what do you think about moving this around, or what do you think about doing this now? So that way you guys have more time to dance, more time to entertain, more time to interact with your guests that have traveled all over the country to be here with you.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so I think that we both do that and really try to make it the best possible day for those brides and grooms.
Yeah, for sure. And and to your point, we have had a shirt before, that says "We Are Family."
Yeah.
And anytime I talk to our brides and groom, it's like a welcome to the family. We call it Spin Nation. So Spin Nation kind of started off. Of course, you hear all of these different things that No Shoe Nation, my
Right.
man Kenny Chesney, but No Shoe Nation, so we started our Spin Nation. And really what Spin Nation is just all of our past clients, all of our friends, all of our family, anybody that supports us. We're in a family called Spin Nation.
Yeah.
And that's where we really, back to my point of we are family, it's like, when we book an event, it's always kind of like here's your information. Welcome to the family. We're going to treat you like family. We're going to take care of your event like it's one of our own people's. So welcome to the family.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think for me, I try to show up to every event, corporate party, birthday party, county event, wedding, doesn't matter. I try to show up and find the person that I've been working with and really remind them of that.
Sure.
And,
Yeah.
and I go into it thinking that, we're doing this to help make sure that your big day is the best possible day, whatever it is.
Right.
And that we can provide that for you. And I think that's so crucial.
Absolutely.
And I think it speaks to a beautiful thing of what you guys started and really have carried out. And I was at a wedding, and a little tidbit for the last section of this video. I was at a wedding in January, and this guy comes up to me, and he says, "Man, this is so crazy. Like, I don't know you." He was talking to me. He was like, "But I think Todd did mine and my wife's wedding 10 years ago."
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, for real? Like, that's crazy." It's just I don't hear a lot of that. Like when I'm out and about not with you.
Right.
But he was like, "Yeah, you guys did our wedding 10 years ago." What's so crazy is that different wedding, different time, different family. All this stuff. But I felt like I was at a very similar event, if not the same thing.
Sure,
And it's crazy because I think it speaks to the consistency that you have had and that you have brought others into the mix with, and making sure that we provide that great service.
Right.
And people really aren't just paying for somebody to show up and press play.
Yeah. It's huge.
So, man, do you have anything else you'd like to add for the first SpinARound Sound YouTube video?
Well, man, I think the only thing I mean, we could talk for hours,
Days.
But something else I think I want to add on our first episode, I just really wanted to get out, who is SpinARound Sound? What do we do? And, we've got a bunch of more content coming, folks. I mean, there's going to be stuff that we try to put on at least weekly. It may just be me. It may be just Dave. It may be both of us. We'll bring, we may bring Kelsey into the mix, Jimmy, Matt, Jeff. I mean, we might just do a bunch of things. So make sure you guys are, you subscribe, and then make sure you click the bell. But I guess really the only other thing I'd like to talk about to let everybody know is, you guys, if you follow us on social media, you see me post a lot of stuff at different events, but you now see Dave, which has been with us how long now?
About 3 years.
About 3 years, okay. So Dave's been with us for 3 years. So, tell us, your story, man.
Yeah.
While we're here, tell us, how did you get involved? Why did you get involved? And so give everybody a little bit of background about yourself.
Yeah, man. Well, I was just trying to not be selfish.
No, I get that, but this is it's a family thing, right?
Yeah,
we are
absolutely.
family. So tell us a little bit about you, man. How we
So funny story. I have no background in this.
Right.
I never had done anything like this, but we used to work together in my previous job, and when you had said to me at some point, "Hey, man, if you ever move to Louisville, like, you just let me know."
Yeah.
Because I think that you would really like this.
Absolutely.
And I was like,
your personality would just, the first time I met you, your personality was just like, this dude will be a great MC.
Wow.
Like, move to Louisville, dude. Move to Louisville.
And so I moved to Louisville.
Right.
And I came up here, did quite a few events with you for a couple years.
Yeah.
And then I left, moved to Indianapolis for work. I know, sad times.
Yeah.
But it actually kind of worked out because it was during the pandemic, so I wouldn't have had much to do.
That's right. Yeah.
And then about a little less than a year ago, I moved back. And when I was moving back, I called you, and I was like, bro, I'm moving back, and I'm ready. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm ready to be all in. And you asked me if I was sure, and I said, there's nothing I'm more sure of as far as moving back, because it's all a question mark.
Right.
But, so moved back, and man, I've actually done more events since I moved back than I did in the first year and a half, 2 years that I was here.
Right.
And it's been crazy. The love we've gotten. I've gotten several, I think, this year, even just in 2022, had, a lot of feedback. And, Dave's this, and this, and that's all great. But for me, it's just exciting because I'm new to it. And it's cool to see that I'm getting positive feedback and good, encouraging, things from brides and grooms, and not just that, but people we run with corporate parties too.
Well, yeah, and to your point, I can tell you, and for everybody else listening out there, is that I get nothing but great reviews on you and your DJ when you guys go out to do events. So that's huge. The biggest thing I think my fear is when we started this thing, it was business cards, T-shirts. Back then, it was Yellow Page, a Yellow Page ad, and word of mouth.
Yeah.
So that's how we built this business. And then now all of a sudden, it's like, here we are, and I have to send someone out to do an event and trust them with the name that we built, really from word of mouth. So, it's real important that, that I can feel comfortable with you and Kelsey and Jimmy and Matt and, Jeff and anybody else that helps us. It's huge because we've built a team that we can just push out there, and I could sit back and relax and say, I know that event's going to be handled the exact way it should be, and no worries. So
absolutely, and that's my goal.
Yeah,
and I drive that trailer around. I have SpinARound Sound on my Facebook and Instagram and all these other pages because, to me, you've allowed me, and I want to take that trust that you have, and I want to own the brand, even though it's it's not mine per se, but I treat it like it is mine.
Yeah,
and I think that's really, again, what from my experience seeing other events that get put on, that's the difference.
So two things. I laughed, and whenever you said I pulled that trailer around, because there's a trailer story. I'm not going to bring it in. I'm not going to bring it in.
That's for another day, another blooper reel or something.
But anyways, the other thing you said, and I think it kind of ties back to what sets us apart, is you just said it. You try to, or you take that brand, and it's your brand.
Yeah.
So I think, the guys and girls that work for Spin, they want the best for the client, so they treat SpinARound Sound as their own brand.
Yeah.
And they really do, all they can to make events perfect. And, you said it right there. So
100%.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Well, I'm glad to be a part of this, man.
We're glad you're here.
And glad to be a part of the first video.
Yeah,
Feel
absolutely.
Honored. And
absolutely.
It's really exciting. I hope that, like you were kind of alluding to earlier, I think before you asked me, was that we rely still a lot on word of mouth, and now social media
100%.
allows for a different word of mouth. And so if you're out there, you're a part of Spin Nation, you follow us, your family, friends, like, share our stuff. It takes 2 seconds, and we really appreciate it. Like, don't think that it doesn't go unnoticed, because I always try. If somebody shares something, and thank you so much for sharing. You don't know what that means.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say
to me, because I may have a small audience, and a lot of these posts, the way social media works with algorithms and things like that, Like there's times where I post something that I worked really hard on, and maybe 5 people see it.
Yeah.
And so when you share it or you like it or whatever you do with it, like it helps another 5 people see it.
Right.
It helps another 10 people see it. And not so that I can get big and famous. Like I just want to help more people.
Sure.
And I want to build our brand, and I want to make sure that we're in a good spot. So if you're out there, we appreciate you guys who already do that. And we'd ask that you continue.
Yeah.
And don't hesitate to reach out and find out other ways you can, support us. And we have shirts constantly. We have merchandise. We're working on a new website. So we have all these things coming, and that wouldn't be possible without the word of mouth and support that we have from, our wives, our families, our friends, the people that, that show out and support us on a daily and weekly basis. So.
Yeah. And, to that point, man, as you talk about, the stuff that we put out and we share and things, and, I try to do the same thing. It's like if somebody shares something, I try to send them a quick note. Hey, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
It means a lot to us when you guys share the stuff. Our merchandise isn't marked up. I mean, there really is no profit in that stuff.
Not at all.
So it's like, if I sell you a T-shirt for $12, I've probably got $11.97 or $11.98 in it.
Right.
So so I'm, it's not like it's just. And we give away a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
just say, look, here, man, take this shirt, wear it. It's like, well, how much I owe you? Nothing. Just
free
wear
advertising.
it. Just wear it. So, man, it's great. I'm glad that we are finally going to be putting a lot of stuff, here on YouTube to kind of reach the people. And, it's more, I hear so many things. Back to the point that you just said, something about you're not trying to get famous or anything like that. That's kind of the way I look at it. I'm not trying to get famous. I'm not trying to make this thing a huge, huge thing. I would love if that happened, and it's already built itself to a pretty big thing, in my opinion. But the point is that there are so many people, so many other companies out there, in my opinion, that they just do it just to do it.
Yeah.
And where I feel that our team does it because we love it, and because we want the bride or the client, the corporate party, the birthday party, to leave that and always remember, man, my 16th birthday was fire because of my DJ.
Absolutely.
Or my wedding was fire because of my DJ. Or, that corporate event was the best we ever had because
and how many
of our
times
DJ.
do we hear that sort of stuff?
A lot.
All the time.
I mean, really, I mean, I didn't want to really say it, but
we hear that all the time.
You hear it a lot. I've got our Facebook page has a ton of reviews. Best night ever. Best night ever. This picture behind me, the center picture, okay, that's a bride and groom that we did probably, I don't even know. So if you guys are watching this, I'm sorry. I don't remember how many years ago. But I just messaged her the other day and said, look, you've made the updated wall. Her picture made the updated wall. And her message, I wish I could read it verbatim, but it basically said, yes, that was still the best night of our lives, thanks to you guys. And I could still remember blaring Celine Dion. It's like,
there you go.
She remembers that stuff.
Yeah.
And now they're getting ready to have a family. And that's the other thing, man, is going back to the whole we are family things and how we, when we do weddings, I always typically send a friend request on Facebook because I love to see, brides and grooms get married and then have a family.
Yeah.
And then you just get to see
their
their
it really
life.
furthers the family.
Yes, dude. It's great to see you're at a wedding reception. These 2 young people are getting married, and then next thing you know, hey, we're going to have a baby. And it's like, that's awesome, and you just see them progress throughout their life. It's just cool.
Yeah.
Very cool, man.
Absolutely.
So yeah. So that's about all I've got.
Yeah, man.
We're so thankful to have Dave on the team. I am grateful and very thankful for all of my team members. I mean, I can't do this. This is not a one-man show. It takes a lot of people. It's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of time away from friends, family. Like you said, to our wives, it's a lot of Saturdays where they're on their own. Yeah, Saturdays are on their own. Sundays are on their own. Friday nights are on their own sometimes, just, with kids and things because we're out doing this for other people. But, I'm so grateful for the team we have.
Yeah.
So grateful for the people that follow us and like our stuff and, promote us and things like that. So, just a huge thank you. So to all you guys that do that. So, but, first episode, we just kind of want to say, hey, here, This is who we are. If you don't know, but you're seeing us, this is who we are. This is what we do. I mean, I feel like we've got a ton of more stuff coming.
Yeah.
I've just got ideas flowing in my mind of what we're going to do. But, you know, it's almost 12:30, 1 o'clock, and we've got 2 events tonight.
Yeah.
So I think we better bring our first episode to a close.
Yes, sir.
But any final words, man, before we end it?
No, let's get it.
No? All right. Well, guys, thanks so much for watching. You know, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell. Make sure you share it. That's huge for us.
Huge.
Make sure you share it. So I want to thank Dave for coming in and hanging out with me, you know, before our events today to just kind of bring you our first episode. And, you know, thanks to our camera people for hooking up the cameras and the lights and everything that we needed to get this thing going. You know, we've got to run. We've got 2 events tonight. So you guys have a great weekend, a great week. Whenever you're watching this, just make it the best. Thanks for tuning in. We love you. We'll see you soon.
Peace.